Hi guys, it's Stephanie from Hope Beyond Healing, and I wanted to do a quick video about what it's like to live with dysautonomia. Last month was Dysautonomia Awareness Month, and so I'm a little late, but better late than never. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what is dysautonomia and or dysautonomia. However you want to pronounce it, and then kind of talk about how it affects my everyday life. So dysautonomia or dysautonomia is a autonomic nervous system disorder. So it's a malfunction of the autonomic nervous system. So the autonomic nervous system is like the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system, and they don't function correctly. So the autonomic nervous system is the part of our, there's, you have your central nervous system, and you also have your autonomic nervous system. And the autonomic nervous system is what controls, it's involuntary. It's involuntary. That was weird how I said that. Involuntary. So it controls the involuntary functions, so like our heart rate, blood pressure, digestion, bowel and bladder functions, our pupils, whether they dilate or constrict, kidney function, and temperature control. And so things like that, things that your body does involuntarily, like you don't know it's happening. It's kind of just in the background, running in the background. So people with dysautonomia, they have trouble regulating these functions, and so they can have fatigue, weakness, lightheadedness. They can pass out, or faint. We have abnormal heart rates, unstable blood pressures, malnutrition, and cognitive impairment. And there is no cure. There are some treatments, such as steroids. You can get IV infusions, or they sometimes have you do a high salt diet, or take salt tablets. Let's see. And POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, kind of falls under this umbrella of dysautonomia. And I talked about POTS in another video. You can check that out. So what happens in POTS is you have some like blood pooling. So your blood pools in your limbs, and especially your legs, and you have tachycardia, because when your blood pools, and you go to change positions or something like that, gravity, it doesn't have the oomph or the function to put that blood back throughout your body. So so anyway, your vessels don't constrict; they stay dilated, and they don't push that blood back up. So you end up really lightheaded or pass out. Your blood does not get to your brain like it should, and it doesn't get to your digestive system like it should. And so there's issues in both of those areas. So you can get shortness of breath, tachycardia, chest pain, GI issues, shaking, and trouble regulating your temperature. So that's kind of all that also is under the POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and all of that is under dysautonomia. And so for me, the issues that I have currently are lightheadedness, weakness, shaking, some chest pain, and trouble regulating my temperature. Basically, all that stuff. So for me, I get the tachycardia, and but the main issues I'm having right now with my POTS is the lightheadedness, feeling really weak, and also cognitive impairment. My POTS comes with the cerebral hypoperfusion, and I have noticed the effects of that a lot lately. And like, I just had to restart this video because I still don't have the editing thing down, so I'm doing it all in one long shot, and it's not, these are all unedited videos. But I had to restart it because I couldn't think of a word in the middle of what I was trying to say. So I have everything kind of written down here right now. But it's really frustrating when you can't communicate. You can't get across what you're trying to say. And you can't, it's like your brain just, there's a glitch. That's the only thing I can describe it. There's a glitch. And so I can't, sometimes I don't remember what someone just said. I can't think of a word to say. I can't finish a sentence properly. Sometimes I say like inappropriate words, not like bad words, but like I call something the wrong thing, stuff like that. And this for me right lately has been a daily occurrence and multiple times a day. Almost every single time I open my mouth to speak or communicate, I have this issue, and it is really, really discouraging. It's very discouraging for me because it's just really difficult. And I don't really want to even talk very much because of it. I just kind of shutting it down because it's very difficult to speak with somebody at church or anything like that, because I can just stare at them sometimes because I'm really trying to figure out, the word, what I want to say, and it just does not even come out right. And so a lot of times I just don't even talk. So, which is, The other issue is, for me currently living with this, is the GI issues. So, because I have two things that affect my gastrointestinal system, which would be the dysautonomia and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So with dysautonomia, there's a lack of blood supply to my GI system, so everything kind of slows down. And so it slows down, but then I also have where if I do eat, I get nauseous. It just feels like it sits there. I have a lot of stomach pain with it, and things just don't move properly. So I can't eat very much. I do okay with, I have a cereal in the morning, peanut butter and jelly at lunch, and then supper is like a few bites of whatever it is. And that's all I can eat right now. So trying to get that figured out, I don't know. It's been going on for a little bit, and I can't see my family doctor for a week. She can't get me in for a week, so it'll be another week without hardly any food. But I'm doing what I can, with smoothies and whatever. But it's always even just a few sips of a smoothie, then I'm completely like, I feel full, and so it's just a mess right now with that. Treatment wise for me, I can't do the steroids. I actually have a little bit of an allergy, some kind of allergic reaction to prednisone. Of course, I have all these reactions to medicine. IV fluids actually help me a lot, but a lot of times I can't get those because, I can't just call them up and say, I need some IV fluids. And, one time we did that, and the doctor said, go ahead and go to the ER. I went to the ER. They refused to give me any fluids. So I don't know. It's just a mess. Like, our town, it's not very good for these kind of things, especially having multiple chronic illnesses such as myasthenia gravis, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, dysautonomia, POTS, all this stuff, and the arthritis, and like the inflammatory arthritis and all that. It's just difficult. Salt tablets I tried to take, and those made me sicker than a dog. So I can't do that. I do try to salt my food a little bit more when I do eat it, or eat some salty things that I can, when I can, like soups. I did pretty well with soup the other day for lunch, when I went with my son somewhere, and that was actually pretty good, and I felt a lot better that afternoon after being able to eat that. But I did have pain after I ate it, so I did have a stomach pain still. And we can get hypovolemic, which is why some of the which is low blood volume, and that's why some IV infusions help. So I'm trying to get with my heart doctor because I developed an allergic reaction to my heart medication, so I can no longer take my heart medicine. So chest pain, a little bit, chest pain is back, palpitations are back, tachycardia is still, it's back. It's sometimes pretty decent if I'm just sitting very still. It seems to settle down and not be so bad, but the minute I stand up to do anything, my heart rate jumps up to like 120, 130s and stuff like that after being about 80. With my heart medication, my heart rate was actually in the 60s and 70s, but I can't take it, so I don't know. So anyway, I don't know if he's going to be able to give me the IV fluids or how that's going to work. I mean, a lot of times doctors are, when you kind of have a complicated case, it's very hard to find a good plan of care. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of in limbo right now. Tomorrow I go for my second session of my aqua therapy. So I'm hoping that I don't have the pain I did last time I went. It was pretty painful afterwards, but it didn't last too long. That pain didn't. So, but anyway, that's kind of what it is, and so it kind of makes life a little difficult, because eating's an issue, thinking is an issue, speaking, communicating is all an issue. So that makes it a little bit difficult. And thankfully my husband, which I don't usually have a whole lot of people I talk to, I try to talk to people at church, but other than that I just don't. But he understands most of the time what I'm saying, and he tries really hard not to get frustrated with me when I forget what he just said 2 seconds earlier. So yeah, anyway, that's how it is, and that's what it's like. So if you see me around and you talk to me and I look spacey, trust me, I'm not on any medications. It is just this dysautonomia. It's just the cerebral impairment, cognitive impairment that I have going on right now. And but I'm doing the best I can, and I'm gonna keep moving forward and hang in there. God gives me what I need for every day, and I'm so thankful for that and His grace. And I try to learn to give myself grace. It can be tough sometimes when you're frustrated with yourself, when you can't speak, communicate properly, or anything like that. So, but anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video, and I know it's not that quick. I tend to ramble sometimes. I apologize, but anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and hit that button, and you could share my channel if you know of anyone that might appreciate it. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.